What's up? What's up? It is Red and Bold. I'm your host, Will Smith. This is my co-host, Joe Mobley. We about to get into it and talk Chiefs, of course. Before we do that, we are going to go ahead and give honor to our sponsors. Again, we have J Mo's Barbecue. That's J Mo's Barbecue. Make sure to upgrade your meats, y'all. I mean, you ain't doing it right if you ain't got the right sauce. So get lost in the sauce and upgrade your meats with J Mo's Barbecue Sauce. Be sure to go to the website at jmosbbq.com. Also sponsored by Waywater Entertainment. We have the faith-based comic book Legacy AD. Be sure to cop that and get that. It's about a man named Deacon Foster. He's a detective in the city of Atlanta, and he's been chosen by God to battle evil and uphold justice, touching on things in today's culture from a biblical worldview. Legacy AD. Be sure to get that at legacyadcartoon.squarespace.com. All right, so we're going to jump into it. We're going to get into that first quarter.
First quarter.
So first quarter question is, what you got? Oh, you silly. So the first quarter question is, what are the three keys to the Chiefs beating the Giants on Monday night? What you got, Joe?
I think number one, we got to come together, brother. Got to come into agreement as a team that we need to get focused intensely and intentionally, strategically on another level. I feel like there's a lack of attention to detail sometimes that has plagued us in nearly every game. Sometimes we've been able to overcome it, 3 times, we have 4 times, not so much. And our last game, very concerning to me. I really don't like what we saw. So I think number one, we must, again, intentionally, intensely, and strategically ensure that we're on the same page, in agreement, and focused. That has to happen. That has to happen. It must happen on nearly, I'm gonna say, every level. I feel like we need to see that, from the coaching to the players to the people bringing the water bottles out. It needs to happen.
All right.
Yep. Number two, I think number two, most importantly, I think we need to see Patrick Mahomes. You are the leader of this team, not only of the offense, but also the defense. We've heard it in the meetings all week. They are paying attention to how you're reacting to not having a good game at all. They're watching that. We need to see you bounce back in a different way. We need to see you come back in a way that reasserts the ability that you have to basically take the team in whatever direction we need to go and to will a win into place. Number three, the other key that we need to see our defense functionally maintain the direction that they were going. I don't think that they played a horrible game, in my opinion. I don't believe that they played a horrible game, in my opinion, against Tennessee. I still think that they did an okay job, but I do think that it is somewhat debilitating and defeating when you're out there giving the offense opportunity after opportunity, and nothing is coming from the efforts that are being made. Derrick Henry was not running all over us. At the end of the half, the stats that he had, any team that would have had those stats, or anybody that would have looked at those stats, would have definitely believed that we were winning that game. There's no way they would have looked at what he had gained as far as yardage, thought we were losing. We need to see our defense show up, continue to grow, reassert themselves, but we got to go back to number one, put it all together, make it work.
All right, man. I like that. Definitely some good keys to the Chiefs getting a W on Monday night. For my keys, I have for number one.
Yes, sir.
Pass rush. Chiefs must get pressure on the QB. These are NFL quarterbacks. So if you don't get pressure on any quarterback in the NFL, they're going to be able to make plays. They're going to be able to get the ball down the field. So we need to establish a pass rush and, make Danny Dimes uncomfortable. Even if you don't get the sack, get him off of his mark, make him rush his throws and make bad throws. So that's number one. Number two, eliminate turnovers. Ball security is key. This has been something we've been dealing with for all season. And if not for turnovers, the Chiefs are 5-2 right now versus 3-4. And so turnovers are a big issue that I hope the Chiefs have addressed in practice. Um, Got to practice ball security, man, and just put an emphasis on it, man, regardless if y'all professionals or not. If you say you can, you haven't been doing it. So you got to do that. Third key to the game is establish the run game early. Force New York to put 8 in the box. Got to do that. We got to run the ball. And I believe we have the offensive line to do it. I believe they run block better than they pass block. And so, and there are definitely holes there. So, Darrell Williams has the ability, McKinnon has the ability to put pressure on the defense and make them bring somebody up, and that'll open up. I think you have to use the run game to open up that deep passing game that Patrick actually wants. But go ahead and establish that run, do the short passes, and just move the chains. Kill them slowly. Death of 1,000 cuts. You know what I'm saying? Be precision and precise with it. So that's my keys to the game, man. And you made wonderful points as well. They all have to come together: offense, defense, special teams, and have a complete.
It's game. Fair, but I like your tact. I like the the tactics that you bring, the strategy that you bring, the detail there. Those are the things that, honestly, at every point, that those are the things that really have to happen. The pass rush has been a major disappointment, man, and it has to change. To change.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on to the second quarter. Second quarter. All right, this is one right here. We gotta talk about this. Could social media cause players to want to leave the Chiefs or prevent free agents from wanting to sign with them in the future? Man, yeah, man, because social media has been like lately, like we've seen the recent tweet from Tyrann Mathieu and Anthony Hitchens and them clapping back at fans. And we do have some fans that say some dumb and ignorant stuff. And I'll be like, what are you talking about? Do you even know the game of football? Like we've had fans say dumb stuff like, oh, we need to bench Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, what? Do you realize that Brett Favre was one of the greatest top 10 quarterbacks to ever play the game, and he led the league in interceptions. He has the record. Not that we want that to happen, but with a gunslinger like Mahomes that we have, every now and then that's going to happen. That hasn't been a trend in his game, though. It hasn't been like this is his first season. He had double-digit interceptions, but he had 50 touchdowns.
But you got to let him be a gunslinger.
Right. You got to let him be who he is. That's who he is. And so the last 2 seasons, he's been in single digits. He more than likely, he has 9 right now. So more than likely, he's going to be in double digits again this year. But if he's still on pace to get 48 to 50 touchdowns. And so I think he'll correct that. I think he will make better decisions. I just think he has to trust. One starts with trusting his offensive line and Andy Reid making those adjustments to 3-step drops versus 7 steps versus him drifting back, you know what I'm saying? Quick throws. So I think and the social media, like Tyrann Mathieu said that the Chiefs fans can be the most toxic fan base, the most toxic fans. And where he made a mistake at was clumping the whole fan base into like one bucket, like generalizing versus saying, whoa, some of you fans or some fans can be toxic. You know what I'm saying? Because every fan base I guarantee you, no matter what team he go to, if they were playing bad, it would be some fans saying some crazy stuff, regardless of what team he plays for. So for me, it's like, I feel like I wouldn't even be on social media like that if I was a player. Because people going to say some dumb stuff. I'd rather just focus and do what I'm supposed to do during the week and ball out, do what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying attention. I'm not even watching sports shows unless we win the game, maybe. But I'm not trying to get I'm trying to focus, man. I ain't got time for social media. Like, can't none of them people write your paycheck.
I mean, we're talking about, like you said initially, though, you're talking about there's very few who really even understand the game on a level, if you are a professional, that should be able to make a comment or give an opinion that should so much as ruffle your feathers. I so agree with you on that point of though, hey gentlemen, we need to get off social media. We got a
Mhm.
lot of problems. We don't have time for social media. Everybody, you shouldn't don't what are you doing on Twitter right now? Dude, quit, be quiet, bro. Go ahead and do your thing. You can talk mountains. Other thing I want to say about, you know, the honey badger, brother, I think you have to understand that the level of disappointment that true
Mm,
dedicated fans have experienced
yeah.
before
Mhm.
is not something that those people ever care to experience again. And so their frustrations of the potential of that even becoming a reality again. You gotta, to some extent, I'm gonna have to ask you to make room because they don't want to. I'm not trying to say nothing, but you were not here, you know,
Mhm.
when we experienced some of the things that we went through for years. You
Mhm.
know, this what we saw last game. You have to understand that we got to a point where at least we don't lose hope now when we get down a couple of touchdowns. Well,
Mhm.
it used to be so much an extent. If we got down 2 touchdowns,
Oh
man,
yeah.
you could go watch another game because you knew
Yeah.
it was more times than not, short of somebody having a magical day, the game was over. Okay, we
Pretty
really
much.
just we didn't have the leverage, we didn't have the talent, we didn't have the skill, we didn't
Mhm.
have the coaching, whatever the case may be. I can't really remember many comebacks, okay,
Mhm.
in before Andy Reid even appeared, and then even after Andy Reid's appearance, have to understand that we had a what I would call a very conservative
Mhm.
offensive plan where, Alex Smith's ideal of success was not throwing interceptions, which was a good thing, and we were going to check down. That
Mhm.
was it. We were not going to go down the field. There was no down the field threat really
Mhm.
until
Yeah.
when Pat got there, it was
Yeah.
like, I ain't got a choice because they're not this young man. They're gonna put me on the
Yeah.
bench. I got to throw this ball. And
Mhm.
Alex knew he knew it. He knew his time was.
Mhm.
He knew it was over. So I'm good. But no, I agree with you, brother. I don't. I think that those things, get off the social media, calm down, don't generalize, try to understand, and please accept that reality of it is. I'm not saying that all of the comments are fair or people are being
Mhm.
reasonable, but I don't know that you can call anybody toxic, man. The way that what we've seen for the last few weeks has been, that's what's been toxic,
It's
you
been a
know.
toxic
Toxic,
defense, dog.
toxic, toxic. You have no pass rush. My thing is you have no pass rush. Um, we can run the ball a little bit, but I feel like the play calling is not agreeing with this. And then we get in a situation in the game where running is really not even that much of a viable option. Our
Mhm.
quarterback is now under duress. It does seem to me that our offensive line, they can pass block. I do think that they will
Mhm.
gain more chemistry, but it's obvious that run blocking is something that if you give them an opportunity to really catch their rhythm, they are going to be problematic.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They're going to be
yeah.
problematic.
I don't foresee the offense having another off day like that where they only score 3 points. I can't see that happening. I don't think that's ever gonna happen again. Not with Patrick Mahomes behind center. So I'll be very surprised at that. Very, very surprised. Because Patrick, if anyone's critical of themselves, Patrick is very critical of himself and he holds himself accountable. So he owns up to it. He knows he has to play better. And he know he can play better. We
I
know
mean,
what he is.
I didn't give up hope. I didn't
Mhm.
even give
I
up
didn't
hope
either.
that the game was over until truly until the start of fourth quarter. I could kind of see when they
Mhm.
made Patrick go sit down. I said, okay, we're gonna accept this L. But the reality of it is, I still felt a portion of hope. That's the good thing I would say to the Honey Badger. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Do what
Yeah.
you did first
Keep
game when you
balling, bro.
come back. Yeah, keep balling, keep knocking people out, bro. If anybody see you on the streets around here, it's all love.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody got nothing to say that you have to listen to. And if you should so happen to be out and somebody should so happen to say something ignorant, I'm gonna ask you to leave a little bit of room for ignorance every day, no matter where you at, brother. Be encouraged and keep moving and know red and bold, man, we love you. Let's do this.
We
Let's
do.
go, man. Let's go.
Yeah, and we do not always have to respond to ignorance or foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever. Keep it moving.
My father will tell me every day. He'll tell you, he'll tell anybody else. One of the things that my father will say every day, he'll tell me, you have to learn to leave a little bit of room for ignorance every day. Just let it go. Get your duck feathers, honey badger. Let it roll off you, man.
All right, man. So that's it for the second quarter. We are going to halftime, and we will be right back with Red and Bold. Stay tuned, y'all. Now, I know some people like to grill out, but the question is, do you know how to barbecue? I mean, can you take your meats to another level? Because you see, barbecuing is an art form, and the finishing touch is always the sauce. That's why you need J. Mo's barbecue sauce from J. Mo's Barbecue and Grill. It has a savory, sweet, and tasty glaze. If you use it once, you'll use it again. Order now at jmosbbq.com. J. Mo's Barbecue and Grill. Upgrade your meats.
Yes! A mixed ginger juice. Building your immune system one drink at a time. Enjoy yourself. Hashtag get into it.
And we are back with Red and Bold. We about to jump into the third quarter, y'all. Thank you for staying tuned in. And we're going to go to the third quarter. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Third quarter question. Would you prefer the Chiefs to trade for Marlon Mack or Melvin Ingram? I'm gonna let you take that question first, Joe.
I don't feel like our running situation is hopeless. I feel like our running situation is just not being taken advantage of to the extent that it could potentially be helpful. I think that we need to run more. I don't think that we should run less. I think that give Darrell Williams the ball, allow these horses that you have out in front. You got a deep offensive line. There are options there if somebody's not quite up to par for you to be able to basically say, I'm going to ask you to take a seat to see maybe if this individual being in the lineup with this group leads to maximum impact. So that being said, I don't like what we're doing with Chris Jones in the outside, this defensive end linebacker stuff. I want you to stop it immediately, Spags. And if you're not going to stop, again, I'm starting to think that they definitely need to give some serious consideration to your longevity as far as giving leadership to our defense. Something is not right about that. I think you tried it. There's a point in your mind where I do believe with the us being able to have Jaron Reed, maybe at some point we thought that would be a viable option where you could play around with that. That's all nice and fine and dandy. I appreciate the footwork, all the efforts that Chris Jones has made to be able to more effectively contribute at that position. But no, sir, I need you in the middle. I need you to tear it up. End of the day, I'm going to say that our biggest problem right now that is just blaring, if it comes down to those two positions, it is our defensive line. I don't feel like our running back by committee or whatever the contribution might be has been adversely effective. I'm not head over heels at this point, just to be honest. I'd like to see it, but unfortunately, I'm not really that concerned about him coming back if he has to stay out a little bit longer. If he cannot immediately come back, I understand. I don't feel like McKinnon and Williams are doing a bad job. I think they're very effective, and I like the tandem and kind of tag team them. They seem to be working out well. Give me the pass rusher. Give me the pass rusher. I'll take that. Yeah.
And as much as I watched the highlights of Marlon Mack, I was like, yeah, it would be so nice. But what we need the most is We need a pass rush. So I'm going to say Melvin Ingram. And as you were saying, move Chris Jones back to the middle.
Right.
Why,
Yeah.
Chris? Because Chris, if I'm the coach, if I'm Steve Spagnuolo, and say, okay, Chris, we tried it at the DN position. Now you're a good player still. You're okay there, but you are dominant on the inside, almost unstoppable. So we want to put you at a place of strength, not only for you, but for our team. That's where we need you at. And maybe Jaron can be more effective with you right next to him. And we put somebody else, whether it's Okafor on the other side. You got Frank, you got Okafor, you got Mike Dana. But then if you bring in the Melvin Ingram, you have Frank on one side and then Melvin Ingram on one side, and you can continue to switch them out. Mike Dana, who's played well also. So I'm going to go with you, the same thing you said, and also go with Melvin Ingram because we do need that. We need that pass rush. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. That's going to be continued pressure on our offense to have to score and be perfect. And our offense is not playing perfect right now. Can we get to that? I mean, because years past, we didn't have the turnover issue. But now that that's a thing, not that it will continue to be, but we want to be able to have a defense that, okay, we can trust our defense to stop the other team. And Patrick says, I don't have to press as much.
Right.
I don't have to make those miraculous and amazing throws all the time. You know what I'm saying? I just need to get us in position to win and put my skill players, Tyreek, Travis, McCole.
Yeah, but I mean, that's my thing. Will, come on. That's the point, though, to me.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be able to get us in position. I do. But I'm not going to lie, man. Mm-hmm. It got to a point when Mahomes would step back, here previously. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, y'all better be careful because normally when he stepped back, bro, it meant damage.
Oh yeah,
it meant damage.
You always expected something big to happen.
Yeah, I'm ready to get back to that. I don't feel like it had anything to do. One thing he said during this week's press conference was that hey man, he said he missed multiple throws down the field, where it's no different than what he had done previously, but he just did not want to throw the ball down the field. But he said it was throws that he would have thrown that would have given his other wide receivers a chance. To me, that has to happen, man. It has to happen.
What you don't want to do is you don't want to change how he plays. You want him to feel free to be who he's been, because who he has been has gotten us to 3 AFC championship games. Right. Who he has been has gotten us to 2 Super Bowls and won us a Super Bowl. So you want him to continue to have that confidence and just encourage him. Like, keep being you.
And don't get me wrong. Let's not. But
it's also smart plays. You got to make the smart play.
I respect that, but let's not outthink ourselves. Mm-hmm. If you're going to cover to me, and you're not going to load the box, and I have this offensive line that has all the potential in the world, I'm either just going to run the ball down your throat, or I'm going to screen you. I'll take that all day long. You want to back up and do all that? Okay, I'm going to send Tyreek, and I'll send McCole Hardman on fly routes all day long, and everybody else, and we'll stretch the field, and and we'll just take that. But my thing is, when the opportunity presents itself, I feel like he needs to know, somebody needs to tell him, hey, Pat, throw the ball, man. And if it should so happen to get picked off, we'll live with it. But this sitting around and him not, it's like he's so borderline nervous to make a mistake, and it's just making him make mistakes.
Yeah, man.
Throw the ball, man. Yeah.
Because the thing is, man, when you think about how we have way too much talent on the offensive side of the ball to score 3 points, to not be effective. Even prior to that, we've been putting up points, but there's no reason we shouldn't continue to average 30 points a game the way the people that we have, the speed that McCole has, the speed that Tyreek has, Kelsey in the middle. Then I wish we still have Forson, but I mean,
McKinnon is a beast out of that backfield,
bro.
And
that's what I want to see. I want to see McKinnon.
We haven't even touched it. So, I mean, my thing is, when we start talking about the difference here, even considering bringing in a running back, the disgust that I have with it is, what if we go that direction? Now, we lost, let me think of the guy from Pittsburgh. We lost We let him go. We had who was the running back? We had him. We let him go. He was in Pittsburgh. I can't. A name won't even come to me. Yeah, we lost Bell. So we lost Bell, or we let Bell go. However, it wants to be looked at. No, make no difference. My thing with it is, you look at a man who supposedly at least had that level of talent at some point. Honestly, I don't think he's been the same since he took his hiatus to try to prove something. I don't care what nobody say. You should have played, because to me, has not been the same. Now, wherever he's at now, I'm not hearing that he's making a ton of noise. He's in
Baltimore,
now.
But we're not missing him. I don't even know why you even brought Bell up, bro.
But I'm just saying, my point in it is that if we were to bring in another talent that was to garner the same level of respect, what difference does it make if we're not even going to run the ball or whatever the case is? Yeah. We're not going to utilize it. I mean, we're just going to have Mac back out there just to be back there.
Yeah, because I feel like we don't utilize McKinnon enough. We don't utilize. I would love to see Gore get an opportunity. Like, I feel like we have backs that can be effective, and so we just gotta take advantage of it, man. So yeah. On to.
I mean, you got HEC. I don't know when he's coming back, but I don't know what that's going to turn into either. Anyway,
CEH.
Yeah, CEH. I'm sorry, but my thing is, I'm sorry, I flipped it on you, brother. But my thing is that if you're going to, even when you bring him back, I really don't want to see him come back starting if Williams has found his groove. I don't want it. I'm sorry. I just don't want it.
Because he doesn't really bring anything different or like to the table. We talked about that, man. I'm like, I'll be good if like he comes in contributor type role and continue to do that. Maybe third down, you bring him in, but I don't think he should be the every down starter. I don't think he's proven that. I mean, he hasn't. Darrell Williams can do it. McKinney can do it. So, yeah. All right. Now. We're gonna move on to the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter. And all right. Wait a minute. It's saying my internet is unstable. Hold on. All right. I want to make sure you get this
stable on this end. Stable on this end.
You're talking about mine. It says, will Josh Gordon have an impact on the Chiefs offense this season? I'll go ahead and answer that first. Let's see. I'm hoping that he will. I believe he will. I definitely hope that they don't waste him. Because even the first game where he came in and played, I can't remember if it was a third down or fourth down, but he made a big catch. And he jumped up and got it. And it was like two defensive players around him. And he jumped up and got it. It made the play and got the first down. So I'm like, why? And even so, like, you see all these quarterbacks, like from Tannehill to just throwing the ball downfield, just giving their receiver an opportunity. We don't even give, just throw it, even if have him run a fly and just throw it up to him. Because guess what? Either the defensive back is going to commit pass interference or Josh is going to catch that joint.
Yeah. And you are going to respect him.
Right.
You will respect him.
Yeah. And if they don't, then he'll, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's very complicated. He already knows some of the verbiage of the offense. So I'm wondering what's going on with Josh Gordon. I remember Eric Bieniemy had the press conference and he was talking about, we just have to, we got to work on, like, you and Andy are the one who control the reps. You are the ones who decide who gets in the game. Put him in the game. He can't do no worse than DeMarcus Robinson. Can't do no worse than Pringle. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they haven't been playing. They ain't been playing great, but I mean, like, his talent. I don't know. Talent. Hold on.
Pringle been solid. Pringle been solid.
I'm saying they been good, but guess what? Who has more talent? Josh Gordon has more talent. He has the higher ceiling.
Yeah,
he has the higher ceiling. So what I'm saying is, give him the opportunity, man. So I feel like he will. I feel like they will get there with him. But if they don't, it'll be disappointing, just like when we got a Le'Veon Bell and just like, you know what I'm saying, when we get these players and then not give them, I don't know. But Josh Gordon just needs the opportunities. I feel like he will make a difference.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. My point is real quick to the point. Just keep us where we need to be. It vexes me. I'm going to say it. It vexes me that there's not a game plan where, you're not doubling Josh Gordon, the ball is going to him. You're not doubling Josh Gordon, the ball is going to him. Oh, you're not doubling Josh Gordon, the ball is going to him. the ball is going to him. My thing with it is how many, what are we talking at best? Third string corner, linebacker, somebody safety trying to cover him.
Right.
One-on-one. The ball is going to him. You don't just have anybody throwing him the ball. You have arguably the best quarterback that we will have seen in our lifetime, most of us, throwing him the ball. This is the best quarterback that most of us have seen in our lifetime, throwing him the ball. Say what you want to say about him, whatever people want to say. Even Andy said he's doing the things he's supposed to do on and off the field. He's ready. Hey, Andy, this does not take a quality analyst. This don't take you and Bieniemy getting together over barbecue or nothing. Gordon's not doubled. He's getting the ball. And if you can stop him one-on-one, then I'll take my chances. And after I get done throwing him the ball, I'm going to run the ball down your throat, and I'm gonna look across the field. And I'm gonna tell that coach. I want the referee to go tell the coach that tell that other coach that I said that what we're about to do to you, there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm not sorry. You go tell him. I'm gonna tell the referee to go tell him. I'm tired of it. It's too much talent on this team. This is not hard, bro. Who can really hold? I'm just saying, we're talking about third string cornerback at best. Because you don't have
220 something
one-on-one. I want to know who can really hold him. If the offense needs a plan, Josh Gordon, he deserves a right. He has a right, man. He's been in the league long enough. If anybody has a right to lose a game because the game plan was them, it's him. You're gonna tell me that on a one-on-one situation that you can't trust this man? Hey man, 10 and out, 10 and in. I don't care.
Or a wide receiver screen. Throw him a wide receiver screen and give him some blocking.
Whatever you want to do. Then him on a fly.
Drag route.
Duck, gonna do something. And all I know is the fact that how many even attempts have we seen thrown to that man? I only know of the one that he caught. Maybe there was another that he missed, but I don't believe he's had 5 attempts thrown to him in a game. And overall, I'm tired of it. I'm tired. It's irritating.
It's like a call with you, John.
Bro, because I would venture to say that every coach, equipment manager, has forgotten more about football from a technical perspective than I will ever know. And you gentlemen mean to tell me that I can sit here and you can sit here? Hey, Will, we just fans for the fans. That's what we hear about. You mean to tell me that us, just a little bit of football knowledge. Again, y'all done forgot more about football from a technical perspective than we'll ever know. Y'all mean to tell me that it hasn't dawned on y'all that throwing Gordon the ball, if he's one-on-one, is the best decision? If you and Andy, if Mahomes and Andy Reid are meeting about anything, have a meeting about that. What are you doing? You know what?
Even as far as the whole technical thing, a lot of it is football is football, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not a complicated game. You get the ball, you throw the ball to the receiver, you got a guy covering you. Either they're playing man or they're playing a type of zone. It's not difficult. They try to make it sound like, of course you have different where it gets, it's just verbiage and people using different words for where, okay, you're in front four, the nose tackle, they may call it something else, but you're going through this gap. In the offense, we use 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 5, and then on the sides 2, 4, 6. As far as the gaps and stuff like that, they may call it something different. It's just different verbiage, but the game does not change. You have different schemes and stunts and all of that stuff. But as far as offensively, man, it's like, bro, if my man is lined up across from me, if he's playing man, it's beat your man. Beat your man. Win that rep. If they're playing zone, okay, where are the spaces and holes in the zone? Where, where are they going to go to? Like I'm going to the spot where they are in the zone. I'm going to manipulate their zone. I'm going to make them look, you know what I'm saying? So it's not as hard. It's a game, bro. At the end of the day, it's a physicality to it. And it's just it's not complicated, bro.
He's not a small guy. BJ did a wonderful job when he was a guest on our show.
Yeah.
BJ did a wonderful job of helping us to understand that. I feel like what he was saying was that they in their own way try to teach the receivers to run routes based on the situation that best maximize their opportunity to make an impactful play based on whatever their responsibilities overall might be. They know what they're supposed to do. I think that Josh Gordon seems to be picking it up fast. And, you know, we're talking about the ceiling physically. He's stronger. He can catch. When he grabbed that ball that you're talking about, that you're referencing, everybody can't make that catch.
Nah.
Everybody can't make that catch. That was his first catch. And then we never go back again. Are you serious? Stop it.
You know what? You know who did that well and just threw the ball up to him and gave him opportunity? Tom Brady to Randy Moss. You know what I'm saying? Just throw the ball up to him. You know,
just chuck it up to me, dog. That's literally what he was. Chuck it up there, dog. I'm like, and my thing with it is,
and the thing is, the receiver has the advantage. The receiver has the advantage because he knows whatever route, whatever he's doing, he knows when the ball is going to come, and the DB has to adjust to him. So I mean, like, especially in the league that we're in now, as often as they call pass interference on a defensive player, as often as they bail players out, you know, it's very hard to play defense in the NFL right now because of these crazy calls. It's like, golly, can you be physical at all? You know, so I feel like the offense has an advantage. You got to take advantage of the way the rules are. They're made for the offense right now.
You shouldn't even be able to effectively run a cover two on the amount of talent that we have. You should not even be able to effectively do that. Again, I don't want to make it seem like I understand everything, but this is simple to me. You have to have two people who have a responsibility for Tyreek Hill. You better have two people for Travis Kelce, okay? And my thing with it is, if that should so happen to be true, you still got McCole Hardman, who's a speed demon on the field. If you can't do nothing else but leverage that man's speed and send him flying down the field, it should be a terrible situation for whoever has responsibility for Gordon. Because your best talent on your defense is focused on those three men that I just mentioned. You either focus on Hill, Kelce, or you're going to respect McCole Hardman's speed, or he will be in the end zone doing whatever it is that he does. Gordon should be, if he hasn't been open, I'd like to see why. And if he's not open, it's a schematic issue. And when I say open, I mean that if there's one man standing next to him,
he's open.
that's doing finger paints on his jersey, he's open. I don't get it. I'm tired. That part for me, bro, it burns me up because the game plan tomorrow, on Monday night, should definitely be somewhere in the neighborhood offensively, at least 50% Gordon. This is about Gordon tonight. You know, this is about Gordon giving Pat Mahomes his confidence back. This is about Gordon proving that you will respect the fact that I'm on this field. This is about Gordon proving that you're going to give me the same attention that you give Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. I'm going to be the added value to this offense that I was supposed to be. And if you don't do that, I want you to know it's going to be a bad day for you and your defense. And then when you do start to give me the attention, it's still going to be a bad day because Tyreek, Kelce, McCole Hardman, Park, all of those guys, Pringle, all of those guys are still going to be there along with McKinnon and Williams. Our backfield, our offensive line, Patrick Mahomes, we are going to light you up like a Christmas tree. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. It should be an embarrassment on Monday night. We should embarrass the New York Giants.
Yeah.
We should embarrass them.
If we don't score in the 30s or 40s, I'd be very surprised. It should definitely be a stomping. That's what it should be. So hopefully that's something that we'll see and get back in the win column and be at 400. I mean, not 400, 500.
Right.
0.500 to 500 market.
Let's go, man.
Yeah,
let's
man.
Let's go.
Message to the Chiefs. We love y'all. Honey Badger, aka Landlord. We love your brother.
Yes, sir.
Anthony Hitchens, we love your brother. We do want you to play better, but we love your brother.
Hey, man. Hey, Hitch, I need you to go and hit somebody. I'm trying to feel it through the TV. Don't walk up and give him that senior citizen pat. It ought to be sometimes somebody ought to say, man, I don't appreciate what he did to me. That hurt. I don't know if
at middle linebacker, that's what you gotta do. And guess what? I feel like leave Nick Bolton in the middle because he showed out. He showed out.
And I'm gonna tell you right now,
put Anthony Hitchens at the other. Have Willie Gay strong side.
Hey,
because he can go with the tight end. He's got that speed.
Bolton ain't walking up playing pity pat with people.
No, that boy's
yeah. When he come to hit you,
because I think they were trying to wait to move him there next year. No, they need to move him to middle linebacker this year. And Hitchens, maybe you can play that weak side, brother. I mean, if you want to stay on in there, but Nick Bolton showed why he should be the starting middle linebacker versus those Titans. He was putting them hits and tackling. He wasn't just hitting, he was tackling, which is the difference. Some people know there's a difference between a hit and a tackle.
It was brought up on another MTMV sports show. May have been the roundup. But the stat was noted that the leading tackler for loss in the NFL is Bolton. And I mean, my thing with it is I appreciate that, man. I hate when we sit there and I see professionals. You're a professional. You're waiting for the man to come to you. Why did you not go and hit him? Yes. I feel like, it just, to me, it makes the difference to me. Bolton is making quality decisions quickly. And when he sees that it is his responsibility, then it's over, bro. He is on top of it. And that's why he's getting tackles for loss. Get on his level. Get on his level, man.
All right, y'all. So that's the end of the fourth quarter. And we're going to wrap it up. And we are going to move on to our shout outs. Joe, who are you going to shout out today?
Yeah, I definitely at this point just want to the R&R line service. David Roseberg, definitely want to share his information with you. Make sure that you can have that. Also want to come back and give a shout out just to the Stitching Addict, definitely on all the screen prints. Want to also come back around and give a shout out to Stay Focused Digital with my guy Conrad, right? It's just a good solid shirt. I actually took care of my class for our class reunion, did a wonderful job just doing excellent and great work. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Gospel American Network, where you will now see that Red and Bold is available. Actually, our first show will have aired on Sunday, actually October 31st at noon, and it should be available on demand. Won't be this show, but one of our previous shows will be there, and then this show will be there going forward. Want to give a shout out to Pastor Gary Jenkins for thinking it well to give us an opportunity to get on that network and to be able to share our thoughts as fans regarding the Kansas City Chiefs. After all that said and done, my brother, I just want to give a shout out to my host. I think that he is doing an outstanding job, and I consider it a privilege and an honor to be able to serve in this capacity and to come and to enjoy sharing our thoughts regarding the Kansas City Chiefs with everybody. It's truly a blessing, and I'm giving my last shout out, my hat off to you, brother. Not all of it. Yeah, it's my brother, man. It's my brother. Thank you.
Don't make me cry, man. Don't make me cry.
Don't cry.
You'll make me make the ugly face.
Hold tight.
Snot bubbles with the ugly face. You know what I'm saying? All right, for my shout outs, man, I got Bernard's Po' Boys, man. If you love or enjoy New Orleans styles po' boys, and you're in the Atlanta area, check out Bernard's Po' Boys, man. They have wonderful, very tasty food. So that's bernardspoboys.com. Be sure to check them out. They are located in the Atlanta area, specifically, I believe, Austell. So check them out. You'll love it. Also, check out, if you can't get J-Mo's barbecue sauce, you know what I'm saying? Well, you can get it because you can order it online. But what I'm saying, if you don't live in Kansas City, right, and you can't get a slab of Joe's ribs, if you're in Atlanta, go ahead and go to Greedy Man's Barbecue. So that's greedymans.bbq.com. He's got wonderful apple smoke rib tips, apple smoke wings. He's got chicken fillet. Good. Yeah, he's got some good eating down there. So make sure you check out. It's in Jonesboro, Georgia. So it's in the greater Atlanta area. So it's in Jonesboro. That's greedymansbbq.com. I also want to shout out a friend of mine here in Atlanta. If you're looking to get some acting classes, right? You're in Atlanta, you're in the Hollywood South. You want to get into the acting game. You want to get in some film, maybe some theater, whatever. You want to get those skills. You know what I'm saying? Go to the Actors Gym. I want to shout out my friend Tom Scott II. He's a wonderful actor himself. He has been on some major shows. He was on was it American Soul? Is the TV show where they did Soul Train. Was it called American Soul? I believe that's what it's called. But he's on that. He's on he's on Saints and Sinners. So he's on there as a main character. He also teaches acting classes. So check out the Actors Gym. He has I believe he has a website, also Facebook page. I'll put that information below, but that's my guy Tom Scott II. All right. So that's my shout outs. And again, like you said, the American Gospel Network. Is that what it's called?
Yes, sir. American Gospel Network.
Gospel Network.
I'm sorry, Gospel Network of America.
Oh, Gospel Network of America.
Gospel Network of America.
Amen.
First show, showed us love. Again, want to shout out the director and founder,
yes, sir.
Pastor Gary Jenkins. Looking forward to great things and definitely appreciate the support and the sponsorship that he's providing us, and I'm thankful. I'm hoping that we can kind of maybe tip, Pastor Jenkins off to a couple of other shows MTMV has.
All right, yes, sir. And again, we are under the umbrella of MTMV Sports. That's my team, my voice for the fans, by the fans. Be sure to check out MTMV Sports. The website is mtmvpn.com, and we have a live show that we do on Wednesday nights, so be sure to check that out. It's live on YouTube, Facebook, other social media also, so be sure to check us out. Love y'all. Thank you for tuning in.
Love y'all.
Chiefs all day. Let's get this W on Monday night versus the New York Giants. Let's do what we need to do to get the 4-4. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching. Love you. All right, red and bold,
y'all.
Y'all.
Love y'all.
Red and bold. What you said?
Blessings, man. I love everybody, man. Hey, Josh Gordon better get the ball at least 6 times. If he don't get it, sit down and have I'm gonna come on here and have a hissy fit next week.
All right, y'all.
Yeah,
we out.